All right, so R5 is rational expressions. The definition of a rational expression is the quotient of two polynomials P and Q with Q not equal to 0. The domain is the set of all real numbers, or set of, I should say set of real numbers, not all real numbers. Set of real numbers for which the expression is defined. For this particular situation with the rational expressions, it's all real numbers except those that make the denominator 0. So to find the things that make the denominator 0, we use the zero factor property. Which says that AB equals 0 if and only if, so IFF is if and only if, A equals 0 or B equals 0. What'd you do?
I came out with the live on.
Nice. All right, the fundamental principle of fractions. So that AC over BC equals A over B, assuming B is not equal to 0 and C is not equal to 0. Important thing to know, always pay attention to signs. Okay, if you have something like x minus 2 and 2 minus x, okay, those are not the same, they do not cancel. Okay, so just make sure you pay attention to what the signs are and where they are. For multiplication and division, for the fractions A over B and C over D, for B not equal to 0 and D not equal to 0, A over B times C over D equals AC over BD, and A over B divided by C over D equals A over B times D over C, which equals AD over BC assuming, what's happening?
We have a test Wednesday.
C not equal to 0 in this particular case. What?
We have a test Wednesday.
Possibly, but probably. Well, I don't know. It depends on how far we get. It'll either be Wednesday or Friday next week. But probably leaning towards Friday. Because we only have this class 2 days next week. So. Alright, and then the same thing for addition and subtraction. Okay, this same little statement that I made here applies for fractions a over b and c over d. I'm just not going to write it again. A over b plus c over d equals ad plus bc over bd. And a over b minus c over d equals ad minus bc over bd. And then the last definition, complex fraction is the quotient of two rational expressions.